This is the story of an ancient curse and the courage, sacrifice, and love of two brave warriors, Graveheart and Nirakwa, who faced the dark powers of spirits on the fateful night of the blue moon. Their path is not just 3 tests, but many mysterious tricks and deep secrets. This curse is not as simple as they think, but it is a labyrinth of the game of spirits, which is easy to enter, but an unsolved puzzle to get out of. In the midst of a dense forest stood a black fort, trove. The defenders of this fort were Graveheart, a fearless warrior, and his queen, Nirakwa, who always stood by him in defense of the fort. Both were ready to give their lives for their kingdom, and in keeping with this vow, they won many wars. But an old secret legend echoed in their castle, the curse of the night of the blue moon. It was not easy to break it, but Graveheart and Nirakwa decided to challenge it. To understand the mysterious magic of this night, he decided to seek guidance from the old sage of the fort, Sidivius. Sidivius warned them, this curse is not just a game of spirits, but of deceit, illusion, and self-sacrifice. He told them that this curse was created by their ancestors, who were held captive by the spirits in some ancient war. On the night of the blue moon of every 3rd year, the stronghold of the spirits falls on this fortress, and anyone who tries to break it must be prepared to be trapped in the mysterious web of spirits, said Sidivius. Sidivius made another revelation that an unknown spirit had once said that the warriors who break the curse will be imprisoned in the spirit world, and no magic will be able to bring them back. Graveheart became suspicious of this and said to Sidivius, does this mean that whoever breaks the curse will not be able to return? The night of the blue moon filled the entire forest and the fortress with a mysterious blue light. Nirakwa heard a voice in his dreams. Your sacrifice is required for a great test, but be careful. This game is not just yours. After this warning, Nirakwa woke up and stood with Graveheart at the dark entrance of the fortress. As they took the first step forward, strange rustling sounds echoed in the forest, and an invisible force surrounded them. When Graveheart and Nirakwa faced the spirit of the curse, it laughed and said, you both are brave warriors, but you could not understand that this curse is not just a challenge, but a riddle. The spirit said that their 3 tests were only a bluff. The real game would begin after that. As the first challenge, they were shown a huge mirror of illusion. Both of them saw their reflection in this mirror. Graveheart saw without a sword, as if he had become an ordinary man, and Nirakwa saw herself as a helpless young woman. The spirit said, this is your real fear. Can you accept it? Graveheart accepted the challenge and used all his strength to break the mirror. But then he discovered that the sword he was fighting with did not exist. It was just an illusion. They realized that the basis of everything in these trials is an illusion, created to prevent them from progressing. By the time they reached the 3rd challenge, they both realized that it was an endless game of illusion. The spirit said, now it is time for the greatest sacrifice. One among you will be imprisoned in the spirit world forever. Hearing this, Nirakwa decided to step forward on her own. But as she stepped forward to make the sacrifice, she saw a mysterious mark. The mark was a symbol of the secret of the ancient spirit that had put this curse on their ancestors. The mark gave them a new message. Whoever makes the sacrifice will become part of the spirit itself and will never be a living warrior again. Nirakwa told a shocked Graveheart, this curse was not our ancestors' fault, but the spirit's trickery. The spirit set this trap to imprison our ancestors' powers. With this revelation, Graveheart and Nirakwa challenged the spirit. They exposed him for his own lies, saying, you tested us with illusions and deceit, but true sacrifice does not support lies. Together, the two confronted the spirit and cast a spell to imprison him in his own illusions. After a fierce battle, the spirit acknowledged their power and said, "You not only broke the curse, but also freed this fortress from my trap. This forest is now curse-free." Graveheart and Nirakwa returned to the fort after breaking the curse, but their souls had a unique experience of sacrifice. They defeated the spirit's deceit with their wit and love. The forest blessed them with its peace forever. Every blue moon night, the story of their sacrifice is narrated in Druvdurg, becoming an immortal saga of love, faith, and bravery.